So alam natin yung gagawin kay Marcoleta is something that we can pretty much predict. Hindi siya out of nowhere. Parang bibirahin talaga nila si Marcoleta. And I think with Senator Marcoleta, they are extra forceful. Kasi ang galing ni Marcoleta. And if it's really going to push back, if they are not going to push back, Marcoleta can just, rip them apart altogether. Hindi, at saka kasi parang feeling ko, nasagad na yung mga Villar eh. Ayun. Nasagad na yung mga Villar eh. Kasi nga, nagtangka silang sumayaw sa tugtog eh. Nagtaka silang sumayaw sa tugtog ni BBM. Pagkatapos, wala naman. I mean, parang binira pa rin sila ng binira ni BBM yes, fed up nga niya, sabi ni Joshua Correch. Ayun. So, hindi na, wala na silang maibibigay. Parang, sige, tangina, di laban-laban tayo dito. Ganun na yung, I think ganun na yung attitude ng mga Villar at this point. Parang, we tried to dance in your tune, but hindi mo naman kami ni-spare. And I think there is a huge trust issue between the Villar and the BBM admin. So parang wala na, tingin ko mahirapan na rin silang pabaligtarin yung mga Villar. Let's just, parang separate the wheat from the chaff para alam natin, ano ba dito yung mga sabi-sabi lang, ano ba dito yung mga totoo, ganon, okay? Marcoleta is being threatened. Marcoleta acknowledged that threat na ipapakulong siya, okay? So, totoo ito. Totoo ito na meron talagang mga threat na papaaresto siya. Okay. Ngayon, ito yung mga unconfirmed. Unconfirmed, but it's very, very viable. Okay? Binababa na raw ang warrant of arrest ni Senator Dante Marcoleta, pero no one wants to implement it. Meron daw na warrant of arrest na binaba na for law enforcement, but nobody wants to implement it. Okay? Kasi nga, gusto nilang ipa-implement daw sa central. Central office po ng Iglesia ni Cristo ay nandun sa may Commonwealth. Ayan, okay? Doon sa may ng Commonwealth. Okay. INC is tough. Very, very tough. INC is a tough nut to crack. And I think if they're going to do something like that, yung parang papasukin nila yung central, that is basically challenging INC to the core if they're going to do that. So, it happened long time ago. Hindi sila nanalo. Inattempt na nila tong gawin nung panahon ni Pinoy, hindi sila nanalo. Matigas tong INC. Okay? INC has also a long history of being a fighter. Ayan. Hindi naman aggressive yung INC. Like for example, they are not the one who's going to initiate the violent encounter or things like that. Hindi sila ganon. But I think INC is capable enough to protect itself. Ganon. Sabi ni Thornpie, panahon ni Cory, tinry din nila yan, kaso di nila napasok sa loob. So, while INC is not aggressive in initiating violent encounter, INC had already proven time and again that they are very, very capable of protecting themselves. Ganon. So kapag ang usapan na ay simbahan at ang usapan na ay yung kanilang institution, all out ang INC dyan. It is beyond politics. It is, if their existence and survival is at stake, talagang INC is on a different level. Ito pang isang kwento. So, ang naglalabasan na kwento was that yung gagawin daw justification ng government para pasukin ang central is i-force nila yung sarili nila na pasukin ng central because Bato is hiding daw in the vicinity of the INC premises, ganyan. Yun daw yung isang gagamiting reason and or tinatago nila si Marcoleta sa loob ng INC. Ganyan. Okay. I think the Bato story doesn't hold any water. Kasi parang feeling ko, kung magtatago si Bato at may gagamitin siyang shield like institution or things like that, I think Bato is safer in Mindanao. He would be 100 safer in Mindanao. Kabisado niya ang terrain, kabisado niya ang lahat ng tao, kilala niya, whether it is part of his resources or not, he knows a lot of people who knows people pagdating sa Mindanao. So, Mindanao is his sure safe haven. Ayan, hello, Happy Father's Day. Ayan, hello. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day sa inyong lahat. We are not team replay now. Yes. Stop having a pasta party, have a potluck party to have fun, sabi ni Guapogs. Ayan, feeling ko naka-auto-translate, in-off ko na ang automatic translation. Hala, nadidelete comment namin. Ay, talaga ba? Talaga ba? Wala pang bilin sa amin. Member ako ng Italy, sabi ni Jen Claro. Yeah, actually, wala pa. I think, ang alam ko lang is that kinonfirm ni Senator Marcoleta na alam niya na ipapa-aresto siya. Ganon. Ang mga kwento sa kaparangan, okay? Hi, Ma'am Efo, maraming salamat po sa pa-super sticker. Thank you very much. Alam ng ni Senator Marcoleta na ipapa-aresto siya. And this is something that is quite predictable, Kumbaga parang, if you are following the behavior of the BBM admin, alam mo yun yung trajectory nila eh. 'Di ba? Joey, you do not have an audio. Wala ba? Wala akong sound? Sound check naman dyan. May audio po siya sa amin. Ayan, i-refresh lang po siguro. Refresh lang. Oh, ayan, meron naman. Meron. Oh, okay, ayan. So, refresh lang yung walang audio dyan. Okay? So, anyway, ang tawag dito, Senator Marcoleta confirmed na alam niya na ipapa-aresto siya. This is something that is not unusual. Kasi, kumbaga parang predictable behavior yon ng BBM admin. Why? Isang maligayang pagbati sa lahat ng alligator ng tahanan sa government. Sabi ni Guapogs. Ayan. Simply because they've been doing that. They did that to Jinggoy, to Cheese, to Joel Villanueva. So, yung batting rate natin dito 50-50 eh. Kasi di ba when they did that to Jinggoy, si Jinggoy nanindigan. Hindi umatras si Jinggoy. Nung ginawa nila yung kay Cheese at saka kay Joel, tumiklop ang dalawang bakla. Di ba? At pagkatapos, ngayon, ang next na is si Marcoleta. Well, we have to give props also to the Villar siblings. The Villar siblings are being threatened with cases left and right. Pero tingin ko kasi, to be fair dito sa Villar siblings na to, kasi di ba nagalit rin tayo sa kanila kasi parang ang tahimik nila, hindi sila lumaban and things like that. They tried to sing and dance doon sa, ang tawag dito, they tried to sing and dance doon sa tune ng Malacanang. But be that as it may, tinira pa rin sila ng tinira ng Malacanang. Hindi pa rin sila binigyan ng break ng Malacanang. And when the old Villar said something about what happened to PRRD and how he sympathized with PRRD's whereabouts, nagkaroon ng cancellation ng mga energy contracts ng Villar. And those are huge contracts, no? This kind of business is the kind of business that truly brings money sa mga Crisostomo, no announcement po sa amin. Ayan, okay. So, anyway, so alam natin yung gagawin kay Marcoleta is something that we can pretty much predict. Hindi siya out of nowhere. Parang bibirahin talaga nila si Marcoleta. And I think with Senator Marcoleta, they are extra forceful. Kasi ang galing ni Marcoleta. And if it's really going to push back, if they are not going to push back, Marcoleta can just, rip them apart altogether. Ayan. Madam pa shoutout daw si Gabe. Fuck you, Gabe! Mahirap nga naman bawiin ni Camille yung sinabi niya na mas masahol pa kay Judas yung aalis sa group nila, sabi ni Thorn Pie. Hindi, at saka kasi parang feeling ko, nasagad na yung mga Villar eh. Ayun. Nasagad na yung mga Villar eh. Kasi nga, nagtangka silang sumayaw sa tugtog eh. Nagtaka sila sumayaw sa tugtog ni BBM. Pagkatapos, wala naman. I mean, parang binira pa rin sila ng binira ni BBM yes, fed up nga niya, sabi ni Joshua Correct. Ayun. So, hindi na, wala na silang maibibigay. Parang, sige, di laban-laban tayo dito. Ganun na yung I think ganun na yung attitude ng mga Villar at this point. Parang, we tried to dance in your tune, but hindi mo naman kami ni-spare. And I think there is a huge trust issue between the Villar and the BBM admin. So parang wala na, tingin ko mahirapan na rin silang pabaligtarin yung mga Villar. As in, mahirapan na silang pabalik rin naman. Na-realize ng Villar na lumaban man sila o hindi, pababagsakin pa rin sila ng administrasyon. Kaya tabla-tabla na lang. Correct. And the Villars are, they have the most resources kapag ka mag-pushback sila. So parang tingin ko, the Villars are just going to wait it out. 2027 na next year, 2028 na. So 2 years of beating, and then if we win, Ma'am Joey, kita niyo po ba yung haircut ni VP Astig? Oo. Alam mo, papaganda talaga yan. Papaganda talaga yan si VP. Ayun. So anyway, ayun na nga, no, yun na yung situation. Now, they are after Marcoleta. Ito yung mga, let's just, parang separate the wheat from the chaff para alam natin, ano ba dito yung mga sabi-sabi lang, ano ba dito yung mga totoo, ganon, okay? Marcoleta is being threatened. Marcoleta acknowledged that threat na ipapakulong siya, okay? So, totoo ito na meron talagang mga threat na papaaresto siya. Okay. Ngayon, ito yung mga unconfirmed. Unconfirmed, but it's very, very viable. Okay? Binababa na raw ang warrant of arrest ni Senator Dante Marcoleta, pero no one wants to implement it. No one wants to implement it. Hello, my friend. Ha? Ang bango? Ay, talaga ba? Yung yung eme. Yung Zara. Yung Zara. Miss Joey, anong tingin mo kay Joey Cheese? I-convict kaya nila si Ibday, sabi ni Jason Smith. I do not know. Tingin ko magbabawi yung mga yan. Yung kumbaga parang hindi sila magiging sobrang bira kay Inday. Ganon. But anyway, okay. So, meron daw na warrant of arrest na binaba na for law enforcement, but nobody wants to implement it. Okay? Kasi nga, gusto nilang ipa-implement daw sa central. Central office po ng Iglesia ni Cristo ay nandun sa may Commonwealth. Ayan, okay? Doon sa may ng Commonwealth. Okay. INC is tough. Very, very tough. INC is a tough nut to crack. And I think if they're going to do something like that, yung parang papasukin nila yung central, that is basically challenging INC to the core if they're going to do that. So, it happened long time ago. Hindi sila nanalo. Inattempt na nila tong gawin nung panahon ni Pinoy, hindi sila nanalo. Matigas tong INC. Okay? INC has also a long history of being a fighter. Ayan. Hindi naman aggressive yung INC. Like for example, they are not the one who's going to initiate the violent encounter or things like that. Hindi sila ganon. But I think INC is capable enough to protect itself. Ganon. Sabi ni Thornpie, panahon ni Cory, tinry din nila yan, kaso di nila napasok sa loob. So, while INC is not aggressive in initiating violent encounter, INC had already proven time and again that they are very, very capable of protecting themselves. Ganon. So kapag ang usapan na ay simbahan at ang usapan na ay yung kanilang institution, all out ang INC dyan. It is beyond politics. It is, if their existence and survival is at stake, talagang INC is on a different level. It is really on a different level. Okay. So, yun yung kwento. Is it verified? It's not verified, but at least Marcoleta verified that there is really a threat na ipaaresto siya. Okay? And, if we're going to base it in history, totoo ba nalulusubin nila ang central, totoo ba na ganyan-ganyan, etc., etc., it is also not impossible. Kasi ginawa na yan ilang beses ng mga gobyerno na hindi masyadong friendly sa INC. 'Di ba? Na hindi masyadong friendly sa INC. Ayan, okay? Okay, ngayon, ito ang isa pang chismis, ito pang isang kwento. So, ang naglalabasan na kwento was that yung gagawin daw justification ng government para pasukin ang central is i-force nila yung sarili nila na pasukin ng central because Bato is hiding daw in the vicinity of the INC premises, ganyan. Yun daw yung isang gagamiting reason and or tinatago nila si Marcoleta sa loob ng INC. Ganyan. Okay. I think the Bato story doesn't hold any water. Kasi parang feeling ko, kung magtatago si Bato at may gagamitin siyang shield like institution or things like that, I think Bato is safer in Mindanao. He would be 100 safer in Mindanao. Kabisado niya ang terrain, kabisado niya ang lahat ng tao, kilala niya, whether it is part of his resources or not, he knows a lot of people who knows people pagdating sa Mindanao. So, Mindanao is his sure safe haven. If Bato is here in the Philippines, I think yung Mindanao ang pinaka-safe na lugar kung saan siya magtatago. So, I think the Bato story, that Bato is in Central, nagtatago daw siya doon, parang hindi tactical, ganon. And I don't think Iglesia is going to involve themselves pagdating doon sa mga ganong bagay. Now, will Senator Marcoleta be shielded by the INC? That is something that we have to wait and see. Kasi a lot of people think na parang hawak ni Marcoleta ang INC. It is not like that. Okay? It is not like that. Marcoleta is supported by INC. Pero si Senator Marcoleta, hindi niya nadidiktahan ang INC. Ganon. Hindi niya nadidiktahan ng INC. So, ang ano lang dito is that INC respects Marcoleta ng bonggang-bongga because of his skill, because of his intelligence, his politics, and things like that. Pero walang control si Marcoleta sa INC. So, will INC protect Senator Marcoleta? That is something that we have to wait and see. Ayan. Sabi ni Nurse Waldorf, true, INC here. Ayan, okay. That's 100% true, Miss Joey. Ayan, correct. Kasi gaya ng impression kasi ng mga pink yung parang feeling nila kayang diktahan ni Marcoleta ang INC. That's not how INC do their politics. Hindi sila ganon. So, meron akong kampusa nakasama dito. Ayan. Talaga?
Palalan kasi hindi pa doon drama na sa bakal.
Oo. Hindi pwede ang non-INC member sa INC compound. Kahit regular INC, hindi naman basta nakakapasok sa compound. Si Bato pa kaya. Sabi ni Crisostomo Ibarra. Yeah. I think that pretty much validate that pretty much validate, di ba, yung sinabi ko kanina. Masyadong flimsy yung kwento na si Bato ang nandoon, nagtatago. Parang, I don't think so. Parang, it's also very risky on the part of INC. And INC is definitely, kasi ang priority ng INC, thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. Yung INC kasi, syempre, ang priority niyan, yung how the flock is going to endure, how the church, the institution is going to endure for years and years to come. Ganon. And they have protected the institution so many times. Pinatunayan nila yan. Diba? So, parang feeling ko, I don't think na dadali nila sa level na nandun si Bato. Okay, ngayon. Magkakaroon ba ng massive rally ang INC? Okay? This is also unconfirmed. Okay? Pero, if you're going to look at the history of INC, if they want to launch a massive rally, they have the ability to bring the people on the streets. Sigurado, wala tayong duda dyan. Ngayon, magrarally ba ang INC o hindi? Okay? We do not know. Yan ang totoo. Hindi natin makonfirm sa ngayon. Magrarally ba sila? Magkaya ba nilang magrally? Of course they can. Can they bring people on the streets? Of course they can. Ilang beses na pinatunayan ng INC yan, di ba? Ilang beses na that if they want to, they can. Ang tanong, gusto na ba ng INC na dalhin ang mga tao sa kalsada? Okay? Yun ang tanong. And that makes INC really a real threat to this administration. Okay? Again, this part of the story that I am going to tell you is based on observation, there is no confirmation on this. Okay. But yung first two rallies ng INC, the first one was yung nung January 2025, before nila i-impeach si Inday Sara. Okay? Nung nagrally yung INC nung January, okay? At nung nagrally ang INC noong November, okay? INC was actually very, very willing to discuss. Open ang negotiating table. Ng INC. Of course, syempre, they are protecting their flock, they are protecting the ganyan-ganyan. Willing silang makipag-usap. Diba? Willing makipag-usap ang INC. INC said nung January na we do not want impeachment, we want our leaders to stop focusing on the impeachment, things like that, keneso. But INC was disregarded. Okay? INC was disregarded. And then after that, nagkaroon na ng I would say it played some role pagdating dun sa election noong 2025. How strong was the effect of that? I do not know. I'm not so sure. Hindi pa ako nagbilang. ng mga local candidates na sinuportahan ng ICC na nanalo or natalo eh. So hindi pa natin alam kung gaano ka-strong yung impact nila when it comes to that. But I am leaning towards very strong yung impact. Kasi pagdating sa local election, Bex, 5,000, 10,000 lang ang labanan dyan, di ba? And kung kunwari yung isang local, meron 20,000 na INC doon, kwitaw ka na, di ba? Kwitaw ka na. So, yun. Ayun. So, anyway, ang tawag dito, ano pa ba yung gusto kong sabihin? So, yun. Hindi natin alam kung kailan lalabas ang INC. Yung tanong na kaya ba ng INC na lumabas? Yes, kaya ng INC na lumabas. Okay. Ngayon, yung susunod na tanong is, pag lumabas ba ang INC, magtatagumpay ba sila? Okay. The answer to that question is, hindi rin tayo sure. Hindi rin tayo sure. Kaya tulungan natin. Of course, INC is doing things with their institution in their mind, with their belief and institution in their mind. But the ultimate result is going to benefit all of us. Yun kasi. Okay, teka, mabalik lang ako, tapusin ko lang yung kwento ko pala kanina. So yung first rally, yung anti-impeachment rally, and then yung sumunod na rally, yung umeksena si Senator Amy, 'di ba? Yung nakat short. Yung second rally, meron rin daw yon na agreement. Okay? Meron rin daw yun na agreement. And I think somehow napacify talaga yung INC. So that's why it was cut short. Kasi yung dinedemand ng INC was actually kwento-kwento lang to again, hindi ko nga alam to kung ano nun. Ito lang yung mga parang sabi-sabi sa gilid ng kaparangan. But I think sa observation ko, isa sa mga inaayawan ng INC under the BBM administration ay yung abuses ng BIR. This is just my observation. After ng rally ng INC noong November 2025, na-cut short yung rally ng INC. Okay? Na-cut short. Immediately after that, the Director General of BIR was removed. And the letter authority was put in halt. Okay? It was put in halt. So, iniisip ko noon, sabi ko, siguro yung INC yan yung dinemand nila sa government na putang ina nyo kayong mang-ipit sa taxes. Kawawa ang mga negosyante, kineso, ganyan. And I've been hearing that murmurs around na talagang nababad trip na yung mga negosyanteng INC. Kasi nga, you cannot win on taxes eh. Kahit magbayad ka ng taxes, yun was slightest provocation, gagawan ka nila ng issue. Ganyan. So, kumbaga, pagdating sa taxes, talagang wala kang panalo dyan. Ganon. And it looks like, for me it looks like mukhang doon na piece off ang INC, ang Italy. And so, yung rally na yon, ibinigay yung gusto ng INC in such a way na pinalitan yung Director General ng BIR. And then, lahat ng letter authority, kasi very coincidental eh. So parang iniisip ko, parang feeling ko yan yung nilaban ng INC sa rally ng November. Feeling ko lang. This is just pure observation on my part. Okay? Na mukhang yun yung inilaban ng INC doon sa rally nila noong November. In which everyone benefited. 'Di ba? INC yung lumaban doon, pero I'm very sure dahil sa sinuspend yung letter authority, yung letter authority guys, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ito yung sulat ng BIR doon sa mga merchants at saka mga professionals na, hoy, magbayad kayo ng tax, ito yung tax na naunin nyo, ganyan. Yung mga ganon, okay? Nilaban ng INC, pero, syempre, lahat ng taxpayer sa buong bansa, nakinabang, di ba? Nakinabang naman tayong lahat doon sa ginawa na yon. So, I felt that, at that point, okay, nakikipag-usap pa ang INC, ganon. Itong situation ngayon sa Central. Itong situation sa Italy, wala na, galit na daw talaga. Ayaw na nila makipag-usap. And I think that is the scary Italy. That is the scariest version of Italy. Yun ang nakakatakot. Kasi, madaling kausap ang Italy eh. Madaling kausap ang Italy, 'di ba? Magano ka lang, kumbaga parang you just have to present yourself as a reasonable person, as a thinking person, 'di ba? And then ayun. Sabi ni Lian, what if strategy is kunwari bumaliktad lang, magkasama pa rin sila as impeachment judges, pero yung palang mag-acquit sila kay VP to ensure lang na she can still... Sabi ni Lian Melgar, Melgar, there's no space for speculations like that. Intayin, kung gagawin nila, di gawin nila. Kung gagawin nila, di gawin nila. At this point, I look at the result and the position of these people. So, what if, ganyan. Di magkita-kita tayo sa finals. Tingnan natin kung ano maging boto ninyo. Ayun. Pag lumabas ba Italy, labas din mga keyboard warrior na hindi Italians. Sabi ni Felipe Gamboa, correct! Yun, kaya nga sinasabi ko to sa inyo eh. Sinasabi ko to sa inyo, lumaban na yung Italy nung November. Nung lumaban yung Italy nung November, yung naging resulta nun, lahat naman tayo nag-benefit doon. 'Di ba? So ngayon, kung kunwari, ang Italy, maglalabas sila, gagawa sila ng pasta party, we should support it all the way. We should support it all the way. Ganon. And I think, no, kasi yun yung kagandahan kasi kapag simbahan yung magli-lead. Kasi may morals. 'Di ba? May morals. Oh, syempre marami diyan parang hindi religious, di mo kami naniniwala sa belief nila whatsoever, kineso. But you cannot deny that Italians, the Italian government led the Italian to better life, to become a better citizen. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? Di ba pagka Italians, alam niyo, ay tayo na, ano yan, nakapag-aral yan, may trabaho yung matino, and things like that. Because that's how they conduct themselves. 'Di ba? So, ayun. So, parang sa akin, ako, I do not mind if Italians are going to lead the if the Italians are going to lead this. Kasi nga, mas okay yun eh. Di ba may morals yung may morals yung magli-lead. Ganon. And even in their worst state, yung pinaka-worst na state ng Italian, it's still better than to be led by some other people na walang ganong klaseng values. Bakit? Kasi yung mga Italians, accountable sila sa mga members nila. Accountable sila dun sa mga citizens nila. So kumbaga parang they cannot go all out dictatorship or yung parang hindi aligned dun sa paniniwala at pinaglalaban nila. So makikita mo, may core values and they cannot stray far away from that values. 'Di ba? So ang tawag dito, kasi nga magagalit talaga yung mga Italians pag parang hindi po yan ang pinaniniwalaan natin, ba't yan ang gagawin natin? So kumbaga meron silang self-correcting mechanism para hindi maging abusive. 'Di ba? Para hindi maging abusive. Tingnan nyo yung nangyari kay Joel Villanueva. 'Di ba? Tingnan nyo yung nangyari kay Joel Villanueva. Si Joel Villanueva, mismo mga JIL ang nag-call out sa kanya. 'Di ba? Ay, yung iba tolerant pa rin, ganyan-ganyan. Kumbaga parang, bad trip kami, pero we're still going to stay with our faith, be loyal with our faith. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there is a very, very strong call against the inconsistency of Joel. 'Di ba? I think compared to JIL and INC, mas cohesive ang INC. And I can just imagine if ang INC ay gagawa ng something very abusive or outside of what they believe in, like supporting the BBM administration, magwawala ang mga Italian. Sila mismo yung magko-correct ng sarili nilang organization, ng sarili nilang simbahan. Ganun. So, yun. One thing about the Italians, loyalist ang mga yan eh. Ang mga Italians go way, way, way back sa matandang Marcos. Loyal talaga sila. So, even up until Senator Amy Marcos, talagang, I think, as far as I know, Senator Amy Marcos really get her spiritual advice from INC and nowhere else. Sa INC talaga siya kumukuha ng spiritual advice. At least that's what I am told. So, kumbaga pagka meron talagang malaking decision, kumukuha talaga ng guidance si Sen Amy with the Italian ministers. Ganyan. So, nandun yung spiritual guide niya. Kinoconsult niya talaga ang mga, yung para mas maging reasonable, rational, and godly yung decision mo, diba? Kasi you talk to the people who spread the word of God, yung mga ganong ensures. So, ang Italians at saka ang mga Marcos, yan talaga, malapit talaga yan sa isa't isa. Pero, nung hindi napasok sa banga yung junior, diba? Nung hindi napasok sa banga yung junior, wala silang pake. Close tayo, pero ang mali ay mali. 'Di ba? So yung mga Italians, you can say a lot of things about them, mag-away-away kayo tungkol sa mga turo-turo sa Biblia or whatnot, kineso-kineso. Pero yung mga Italians, meron silang track record talaga na meron talaga silang paninindigan. When everyone was also against Arab, di ba, mga Italians pinanindigan si Arab. And, di ba, years after, we found out na, okay, meron naman pala talagang tinindigan si Arab. Di ba, na kung saan nag-align yung values nila ng Italians doon. We, the Church of Christ, are willing to die for the truth. Just don't let them test us, sabi ni Benny Sebastian. Ayan. So, madami kaming gigil na gigil. I-lead nyo lang Italy. I'm sure susundan ng mga tao to. Kapatid nga at nanay ng head ng Italy, tiwalag eh. Walang sinisino mga yan. Basta mali kang ginagawa. Example, edi itong, di ba, itong sinasabi ko sa inyo, itiniwalag nila, di ba? Very, very close daw yan. Doon sa anak ng pinakamataas sa Italy. Very close. Kasi talagang magkababata. Ganong level ng closeness and lumaki. And tapos talagang lumaki nga daw yan yung tong tiniwalag na recently na tiniwalag na miyembro. And he's actually very, very loyal. Very loyal yan na member. Ang chismax is that siya mismo ang umamin. Siya raw mismo ang umamin na, oo, kasama ako, nakatanggap ako. Tanggal siya at buong pamilya niya. So wala sa kanila yung parang, sige, close tayo buong buhay natin, ganyan. Wala silang ganon. So kapag hindi ka umaayon doon sa pinaniniwalaan at pinaglalaban natin, alis ka. So parang you can say a lot of things about, hindi ganyan ang turo, ganito dapat ang basa sa Biblia, kineso, ganyan. You can say a lot of things about those kind of, yung mga debates sa words of God or mga biblical debates or whatever. Mag-away kayo ng bonggang-bongga dyan, pero ang Italians, marunong manindigan. And they have shown that time and again, na kaya nila yon. Ganon. So, I think in terms of the nation, and in terms of the higher politics, kasi yung Italy is papasok na dun sa higher politics eh. Papasok na sila dun sa, it is not going to be just about their organization. They are in the best position to shepherd where the country is going. And I am not saying this lightly. If we're going to look at the situation now on a higher political level, it is the Italians. The opportunity is with the Italians to steer where the country is going. And not only the Italians, but other churches also. Wala akong problem if the churches are going to lead the discussion, they're going to lead the movement. Why? Kasi kahit pa paano may morals yan eh. May morals yan. Of course, syempre, except sa, sa mga kaparian, Diyos me, ng simbahang Katoliko. Because I think, maraming, parang, yung mga mapupolitika kasi na pare sa simbahang Katoliko, corrupt, ganon. Do not get me wrong ha, maraming mga paring Katoliko who are really very true to their faith. Yun nga, very true nga sila, kaya hindi sila nakikialam. Ganon. So, marami. Pero, yung leaders kasi ngayon ng simbahang Katoliko, yun yung questionable. Kasi I don't think they are truthful and faithful dun sa pinaglalaban nila. Ayun. So, if the Italians are gonna do their pasta party, I hope other churches also, alam mo yun, follow suit. Kasi at this point, itong mga highly organized groups na ito, ang nasa posisyon para i-steer ang bansa into the right direction. Alam mo, naisip ko nga kasi di ba sabi ko, we are on our own. Wala na tayong maasahan. Wala na tayong maasahan sa judiciary. Nagiging, pumapayag na yung judiciary na gamitin silang tool para manggit-git ng mga ordinary citizens, di ba? Look at what they did to Jinggoy, what they did to Chis Escudero, to Joel Villanueva, di ba? Na parang, sige, nyo, ayaw nyo kumampi sa amin, kasuhan namin kayo. Di ba? And, true enough, bumahag buntot ni Joel at saka ni Chis Escudero, di ba? Ngayon, siguro pumapasok na tayo dun sa yung, di ba yung kinukwento nga nila na, yung mga Bible story na, yung shepherd, sa kanya bubuhatin yung kanyang pastol kapag pagod na pagod na pagod na. Diba? Ganon. So maybe at this point, at this very moment, itong part na to ng history natin na wherein we are so very tired because everyone is conspiring against ordinary Filipinos. Diba? Everyone is conspiring dun sa ordinaryong manggagawa, ordinaryong Pilipino. And the people can just hold on to their faith. Diba? Yun yung hahawakan ngayon ng mga Yun na ngayon yung hahawakan ng mga... Ang labanan ngayon is gano'n nakatibay yung faith ng bawat Pilipino. Diba? Sabi ni Crisostome Ibarra, Ma'am Joey, ang galing mo, promise. Ayan. Ayun. So, yun na yung sitwasyon. So, ang sa akin lang sana wag na tayong mag-speculate ng yung kumbaga parang ganito ba yung mga ganun. Always ask what you can do. Kung magkakaroon ng pasta party, what are you going to do? 'Di ba? What are you going to do? Yung mga pastor, yung mga leaders, yung mga church leaders, many of them are the ones who are also very sensitive to the political condition. Kasi ito yung nagtuturo sa atin ng tama at mali, di ba? Ito yung mga nagtuturo sa atin ng tama at mali. Ito yung mga nag-guide sa buhay natin, di ba? And I think yung mga totoong workers of God, alam nila kung ano yung tama at mali. At hindi sila nag-justify ng mali. Hindi sila nag-justify ng mali. And these groups, these organizations, not only the Italians, are the ones who can actually foster real change and steer us to the right direction as a country. Ganon. Ayun. Bagong ribbon, Joey, hindi po, nagsuklay lang po. Yung Brazilian kineso? Brazilian eme, ayan. So, yun. Salamat, Ria Maldita. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Mga 2 buwan ako sinabihan na magpa-Brazilian ka. Ayun. Kami kung matuloy magka-people power, suporta kami sa pagkain, matuloy lang, sabi ni Elaine. And I think right now, those are the questions that you should ask. If magkaroon ng pasta party, anong gagawin mo? Diba? Anong dadalhin mo sa potluck? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know, right? Ayun. In fact, yung CCF and Victory, may parinig na rin about corruption while they also pray talaga against it. Sabi ni Mr. Swordfish. Correct. Because ako tingin ko yung mga totoong religious-based organization, they're not going to justify what is going on. Kaya bisit ako sa mga paring Katoliko na namumulitik na gina-justify pa yung nangyayari. Sa totoo lang, even doon sa realm ng religion and faith, magkakaalaman Sino dito yung totoo, sino dito yung hindi. Pag hindi mo ma-identify na mali na yung ginagawa nitong administrasyon na to, something is seriously wrong with your church. 'Di ba? Isa rin sa yung talagang pinalakpakan ko na action, yung Baptist Church, yung they try to distance themselves doon kay Benny Abante. Yun ang balls! 'Di ba? Yun ang balls. Yung naninindigan ka talaga para sa tama. 'Di ba? Kaya mo nga inaaral ang buhay ng Diyos Kaya nga mo nga inaaral yung mga sinasabi ng Diyos because you want to live a Christian life. And a Christian life is the one that that is compassionate, the one that really think about others. 'Di ba? The one that really work hard kung ano yung ikalulugod ng Diyos sa'yo. Di ba? Ikalulugod ba ng Diyos kapag ako tumatanggap ka ng malitang putang ina mo ka? 'Di ba? Kalulugod ba ng Diyos kapag you're taking the money that is supposed to be for the people? Say Italian here, listening for you, ma'am. What you are saying is very inspiring. Correct. Galit si Jesus Christ sa hypocrites. Always remember that. Correct. Sabi ni Floren Carlo, Miss Joey, may tunnel vision yung Italy. Basta yung paniniwala nila, doon yung tingin nila. Walang ifs, walang buts. Correct. Kaya ang nakakatakot na Italy is yung Italy na hindi na nakikipag-usap. Kasi yung Italy hindi nakikipag-usap. Bex! Ang daldal ng mga Italyano. Ang daldal ng mga Italyano pagkatapos ayaw na makipag-usap sa'yo. Ibig sabihin, pinagod mo na sila. Ayan. Sabi ni Barbelo, theory ko lang, baka isa-isang inuubos si BBM, lahat ng pwedeng tumakbo sa 2028 under Duterte Black, hanggang si Amy na lang matira. Magmukhang di ginalaw kasi kapatid, pero siya pala ang endgame. But I don't think the time is very, very short para makarating sila kay Amy. Para makarating sila kay Senator Amy. I don't think so. I don't think so. Ayun. I think ito yung gustong gawin ng ito yung gustong gawin ng administrasyon. The impeachment is going to be a distraction. Whether ma-impeach nila si Inday, ma-convict nila si Inday sa impeachment o hindi, it's not gonna end there. The resources of BBM administration is going to be used para magkaroon ng term extension. The term extension may be no election, okay? No election or constitutional change. Pag sinabi mong no election, baka gumawa ng gulo yung si BBM, maggulo sa China, ganyan, gumawa ka ng fake gulo para kunwari, masyadong magulo ang Pilipinas, hindi muna tayo mag-election. Ganun. Yon. So, gagawa sila ng mga no election scenarios para mag-result into term extension. O pagka kunwari, di no election, di ang consequence niyan, ma-extend sila, hindi mag-election, extended ang power. Kung hindi nila madadaan dyan sa mga extra legal na scenario, gagawin nila yung legal na scenario, which is mag-constitutional amendment, constitutional assembly, mag-change constitution tayo. Yun ang gagawin nila. Okay? So, for me, I think the BBM administration now realizes that whether ma-convict nila si Inday Sara sa impeachment o hindi, they still cannot beat Inday Sara. Anong petsa na? Durog na, nasa Senate, nasa impeachment court na yung kaso ni Inday Sara. Bumababa ba ang ratings ni Inday Sara sa survey? No. Mas lalo pag lumalakas si ante mo. 'Di ba? And si Sara, wala na rin pakialam. Ay putang ina ninyo, di sige. Kung gusto niyo akong i-convict niyo ako. Gusto niyo akong impeach niyo ako. Wala na rin pakres si ate mo. Si Inday Sara, ang goal na lang niya ngayon, maging maganda sa impeachment trial. 'Di ba? Yun na yung goal ng ante mo. Ma-convict nila si Inday Sara. You think yung i-endorse ni Inday Sara hindi mananalo sa election sa 2028? Of course, mananalo yon. After everything that you did to Inday Sara, babuy-babuyin, tapak-tapakan, durug-durugin, kung sino ang i-endorse na ni Inday Sara sa 2028, yun ang mananalo. Okay? And by now, at this point, because of the consistent survey result na lumalabas, na-realize na yan ng BBM administration. So, ibig sabihin, it's not gonna end on convicting Inday Sara. Thank you, Joe, for explaining. Napapraning na din ako kaya kung ano-anong theory ang naiisip ko, sabi ni Barbelo. Ayun. Carry lang. Maganda nga yan para napaprocess natin yung mga naiisip natin di ba? So, kung ako ang BBM administration at ako ay takot na takot kay Inday, it's not gonna stop on impeachment trial. It's not gonna stop on convicting Inday Sara. Kasi kahit ma-convict ko si Inday Sara sa impeachment, that's just first half of the game. It will still not guarantee na mananalo yung manok ko sa 2028. So bakit ko i-risk yan? 'Di ba? Bakit ko i-risk yan? Doon ako sa no election, doon ako sa term extension. 'Di ba? Doon ako sa constitutional amendment. 'Di ba? Okay, the charter change, yung pagbabago ng constitution at yung no election, ang ultimate result niyan is term extension. Okay? The reason why the Bongbong administration is doing all this bullshit because yun ang goal nila. Term extension to preserve the power for themselves. Kaya nila kinidnap si PRRD, kaya nila binusalan ang judiciary, kaya nila binigyan ng maleta lahat-lahat. Because at the end of the day, that's what they want to do, to preserve the power for themselves. And the impeachment, the conviction of Inday Sara on the impeachment trial is not a guarantee that the power is going to be preserved for themselves. So, wag po kayong ma-distract. I think by now, no, sabi ko nga, ito na dapat ang ito na dapat ang mindset ng lahat ng tao. No election or charter change ang direksyon ng BBM administration ngayon. Term extension is the ultimate goal of the BBM administration ngayon. You think matapos silang magtagumpay na kidnapin si PRRD, matapos silang magtagumpay na ma-impeach si Inday Sara sa level ng House of Representatives. By the way ha, you know what they did? 'Di ba? Ang daming bumoto ng mga congressman. You know what they did? Just to get that much vote sa House of Representatives para i-impeach si Inday doon? Hinaus to house nila mga congressman. And the congressmen are not even hiding it ha. Sabing ganun, oo, bumoto kami. Bumoto kami kasi pinuntahan kami sa bahay, tinakot kami, wala kaming choice kundi bumoto. And the congressmen are talking about this. If you are going to ask your congressmen na sinabi na bumoto sila sa impeachment ni Inday, they're going to explain that to you. Wala kaming choice. Bumoto kami kasi pinuntahan kami sa bahay, inipit kami, and they're not gonna take the no for an answer. Ganun katindi yung takutan. Of course, syempre, gusto sana natin nanindigan yung congressman natin. But that is the amount of effort that they exert in order to get what they want. So you think they're going to stop just because impeached si Inday Sara or convicted si Inday Sara? They're not gonna stop until they were able to truly preserve the power for themselves. So, grabe ang lala ng partnership ng red, yellow, and pink. Correct. Ayun. And sa totoo lang, ang mga pink and yellow, yan talagang pinaka-worst kind of people. Yung pink and yellow, they are the worst kind of people. Meron pala akong nabalitaan na during senatorial election 2025, si Bam daw ay bumili ng boto sa isang town. Talagang yung town na yon ay paunahan ng mga politiko at si Bam ang nakakuha. Buti na lang nanindigan ang kong namin sa Jensen kaya nawala ng MOOE. So yun yung eksena natin dyan. And I think that is how we should take the situation. The impeachment trial is going to be larger than life. But please, okay, while we watch it, while we analyze what is going on during the impeachment trial, while we talk about it, do not forget, it is a distraction and a very, very good distraction doon sa goal nila. Ang goal nila is term extension. Yun lang, huwag niyong kakalimutan na yan ang ating itinaga sa bato ngayong araw na ito. And again, always ask yourself what you can give to your country. Huwag na kayong maghanap na, hindi, dapat si ganito ang nandito, dapat merong mag-lead, dapat merong mag-ganyan-ganyan. Lead yourself. Lead your family members. And ask yourselves, what will you bring sa pasta party? Ayan, patlak po tayo. Shout out kay Attorney Ludalvi Vista. Hello, hello, Attorney Vista. Ayan, mabuhay ka. Thank you, thank you. Ayun lamang po, no? And I'll see you next time. Bye!